We're 20,000 leagues under the sea. Welcome to the Atlantis. And next to me for the broadcast, the one and only Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Joe Calzaghe tipped the scales at 160. It's no wonder they call him the pride of Wales, Joe Calzaghe. You are looking at an absolute legend, the longest reigning super middleweight champion in boxing history, spanning over 10 years, defending against 20 opponents. Sugar Ray Leonard. He, of course, won world titles in 5 different weight classes.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of...
A lot of trash talk between these two fighters. The time has finally arrived. These two men have been jawing at each other for months. The talking is finally over. Now it's time to fight. That left hand got him. Good shot with the left. That counter punch caught him clean. Both men step back for just a moment. Really good buzz in the air tonight. This crowd waiting for something special.
You have some fighters that are big show, big arena fighters, and they bask in this, they love this, they are born for this. You have other fighters where this would be like the rabbit in the headlights.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
This is the kind of fight you expect from 2 world-class elite middleweights. Good job stopping that uppercut. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Punch, counter punch. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Calzaghe in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
The bell's...
There's the bell for round 2. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Your footwork has to be on point when you're fighting a swarmer. If it's not, you're going to get caught in the corner and beaten up.
You've got to be fit to fight a fighter like this because they will stay in your face. They will throw punches at you. They don't even let you breathe. You've got to be fit. If you're not fit, the fight's over.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Good punch. Nice exchange here from both men. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
One punch could change everything in this battle. Catch and shoot. They've got to use their jab better in this fight. They have no respect for each other's punching power. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Calzaghe in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy. Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Well done with that counter shot. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. They exchange punches. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. A perfect counter lands. Every time they drop their guard, they get... This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Calzaghe in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them. Here we go to the 4th round. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Misses with the straight left. There's a counter shot. He misses with that straight left. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed, they're confident, they know they just have the quick burst, boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed, and that's why they can maintain this all the way to a fight.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Blocks the uppercut. Nice counter. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Calzaghe in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Every second, every minute of this fight.
Things are starting to heat up now as we enter the 5th. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Just misses with that uppercut. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Beautiful counter shot. And he scores with the counter. This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Calzaghe in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Wow, you know, I've been in fights.
Let's go out there and let's reset.
Let's start the sixth. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Through the straight left, but it won't score. In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Just misses with that uppercut. That counter shot lands. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Calzaghe in that last round. At this point, you got to believe. Here comes round 7. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skin them, go for speed.
Which fighter will say no mas? The Pride of Wales in some real trouble. Calzaghe is on the canvas. live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
Where did that come from?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, they beat the count and are ready to go again.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. How about that time counter shot? Talk about Calzaghe in that last round. That'll be a 10-8 round for sure. And we enter the 8th round. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff it.
Insane action. Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them?
Could see it in their eyes. They saw that punch coming, and there was nothing they could do.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.
Oh, what a shot! What a shot! You see shots like that in the gym. At least for once, this is on TV. Thousands around the world saw that shot. They probably even heard it.